What up, people?
Hey, people.
So welcome to another week, another day of Know How Your Money Works with Jude and
Natalie Billy.
Yeah. So
I didn't know we had a name. We have a name?
we workshopping something.
Are we just throwing names out there?
Yeah, we're throwing names out there. We might have a different one
next week.
Next week on Friday.
Or are we the show without a name?
Yeah. Maybe that might be what are people. Maybe that might be our name. The show without a name.
Without a name.
the finance show without a name. That might actually be an idea.
So welcome back, people. It's Wednesday. Yeah. It's the Wednesday of March break. We're halfway there. It's almost done. Almost time to go back to work. For the people that are on break though.
So thank you guys for checking out the live on the replay or live. If you're watching on the replay, drop us a comment, say replay, come back in and say hi, hello, and let us know where you're coming in from, where you're watching from, where you're listening from. We are coming in from Toronto,
Canada. We are not for sale. We are not for sale.
Yes, we are.
Period. No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. We're not for sale.
We want to cut our tax by half.
We're not for sale.
Yes, we are.
We're not for sale.
You gotta make the price right.
We're not for sale.
Yeah,
make the price is right. The hell? And okay, even if
everything is for sale.
Oh really?
The prices have to be right.
Don't let me go there. So
the prices have to be right.
So my thing
Mr. Donald, you just haven't made the price yet. Go ahead.
Listen. Donald Trump thinks that he could just like swoop in and just buy Canada. It doesn't work that way. Because doesn't he have to go through the England, like
the
London, the British. He has to go through the monarchy to get to us.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't think the monarchy is going to give us.
Yeah, they will.
I don't think the monarchy is going
for
to
some debt forgiveness. England is in financial problem on its own financial problem.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
so they will sell kind of less than a bottle of milk.
Glass bottle too.
Yeah. England is in more financial problem than Canada is.
And now we have carbon tax Carney sitting in as the interim temporary prime minister. Jesus Lord. And now he turned around saying he's promising to take out the carbon tax. And I'm like, he ain't taking out the carbon tax. Or he'll take it out to win the votes. He'll take it out to win the votes and to win the people over. And then about 15 minutes after he holds that seat, I bet he'll put it back. Just like what Trudeau did with the Serb.
He's gonna prolong it. He's gonna prolong it. And come up with a different kind of mumbo jumbo not to remove it. So, yeah. Okay. We'll move off of carbon tax.
We are not for sale.
And tariff and Canada is for sale.
Honestly, that's all that's going on the news right now. It's just Trump is firing something. Our premier is firing something back.
I know.
Our prime minister is not saying nothing.
Okay. I would agree. I kind of wish Doug Ford was the prime minister. He's getting more coverage than the prime minister is.
Who's the prime minister again?
Exactly.
You remember when Joe Biden was the president? And we were like...
nobody remember when he was the president.
There you go. So like, who's the president again?
Exactly. Like Donald Trump was getting more coverage than he was at the time.
And Donald Trump wasn't even the president.
Weekend with Bonnie.
Oh my God. The people that were walking up and down with the dead man?
Yeah.
That's just wrong on so many levels. But people, well, we're back talking about finances and all kind of other financial things.
Getting to know your finance and
getting to know your budget, getting to know your wallet, getting to know your bank account.
Putting things in place. Oh, so I got a story.
No, we love stories.
Yeah.
Story time.
So it was I was just thinking about it this morning. So a few months ago, one of my coworker came up to me. And he's like...
Are we protecting the innocent?
Yeah, we're not going to tell any names.
Okay.
So we're going to say coworker A, coworker B.
Okay. So there's two of them?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so there's a B and a C.
Oh, Lord, there's three of them?
Yeah.
So is one of them you?
No.
Okay, you're just the person who overheard the situation.
That coworker A came to me and explained the situation.
Okay, so that person came to you.
Yeah, coworker A came to me.
Okay, go on.
So when someone giving you people giving you advice, be be considerate of the source. Know the track record. Have an idea what the track record is, including me, including us, and make sure they have the fruits on their tree or their fruits of the labor to give you advice in your situation, because ultimately you get to make the decision for your life and you have to live with the decision.
That's right.
So I say this to say this. So one of my coworker came to me a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, on his way to work, his car had a problem. Okay. He heard a banging from his car. So he's like, he took it to the mechanic, which is like right behind our workplace. Okay. So he's like, he took it to the mechanic, and the mechanic's like, you should just get rid of the car, get a new car. So I'm like, what? So that's what coworker A was saying to me. So I'm like, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Just like that?
So there's a banging noise.
Yeah.
From your car, like you're driving the car, boom, 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 boom. You're hearing this noise. Now, you took it to the mechanic. The mechanic's supposed to assess the situation
and let you know the price,
and let you know, okay, well, you need this or that. This is what it costs, but it might not be worth fixing it because your car is a prehistoric dinosaur, or we can fix it and we'll prolong your car by another 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the mechanic did look at it and he said, what the problem is, don't want fixing, because the car is going to break anyway. It's going to break anyway eventually.
Yeah, that's fine. They let it break again.
And stuff. But I'm like, okay, that's
my car.
Every car. Yeah. Every car is going to break eventually. No car is built to last a lifetime. So coworker A is telling me this, and then he told coworker B. So he told coworker B and C. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, thank you guys for checking out the live. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. And at a little while after, he came back and told me the same story. He told me the story about the car. Okay. So coworker C and coworker B and C told him, it's okay, just get rid of the car, get a new car and get a payment. Get a car payment.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
payments.
Yeah.
That's a rough word.
I'm not a payment person. I'm not a car payment person.
That's a trigger word for us. Payments?
Yeah. And I've never had a car payment in my life, and I intend to keep it that way.
Never.
And I try to guide people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So he told me the situation. So I'm like, nah, dude, that don't make sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, first of all, coworker B that telling you get a car payment was just complaining to me like a few weeks ago about how tight it is with his car payment. Making his car payment. So why would he want to send in the same situation when he's complaining a few weeks ago to me that how his car payment is putting him up, and he can't do some things that he would like to do, some more things that he would like to do because
of the extracurriculars are hindering.
And some of it is not an extracurricular. I'm just trying to be respectful to him.
So he wants to do other things, but the budget's not budgeting
because of the car payment. So I'm like, no.
That sounds like a him problem.
So, So I'm like, why, if he's saying that, he's complaining about his situation, why would he want to get you in his situation?
Because
So, and he's not a bad, coworker B is not a bad person. I'm not saying he's not a bad person, really think, but then most people don't have financial education or financial principle. So this is going on based on what they heard or what they've been doing because they've been getting by on payments and stuff. Because most of us will look at things as, not can we afford it, it's can we afford the payments. So that's how he's looking at it. Hey, I could afford the payments even though the payments is tight for him.
I don't like payments.
So neither do I.
Don't like payments.
So I said to coworker A, hey, don't do that. And first of all, don't just take someone's advice as gospel. And I said, including me too. Try to gather more information and decide what is right for you.
So why didn't he just take the car to another mechanic?
So this is what I said to him.
Opinion?
So I said to him, hey, here's my mechanic. It's a little farther away from where we work. It's like 5 minutes driving. So you have to go there and get a ride back, drop the car and get a ride back, and go check this guy out. So I said, that's my mechanic. So I'm like, hey, don't tell him what the other mechanic tell you, or tell you what's wrong with the car. Mm-hmm. Just say, hey, I heard a banging song on my way to work. Let him assess it and tell you. Mm-hmm. So he did what I told him. Then I don't know if it's the same day they work on the car or the day after or whatever he think. He's like, So I said to him, even before you go to the court, before you go to the mechanic, I said to him, hey, so don't do the car payment thing. Instead of doing a car payment, start saving money, like down payment, like a car payment. Treat your budget like you're gonna have a car payment and put that money aside to replace your car. Maybe I should tell a story at the end. So he went to the mechanic. They look at the car and they said to him, "Oh, I think it was like $300 to $500. So let's say $500 on the high end. Okay. I think it's less than that to fix the problem." But the mechanic like, yeah, it's gonna break. It's gonna break at some point. But the mechanic like, it could break 5 months from now. It could break 5 years from now. We don't really know. It will break, but it's like every other vehicle. Every vehicle will break. And the dude spend, let's say, I'm pretty sure it's less than $500, but I'm going to be on the high end and say $500 to fix the problem. And it's been over 5 months now since he had the car.
And the car didn't break down.
So at the time I said to him, hey, if you're going to do what coworker B told you to do with the car payment, how about you pretend for the next couple of months you're giving yourself a car payment? So when your car do break, you might have enough money or at least halfway there to buy a cash car. And I'm like, okay. So I said to him, so let's say if the car breaks 3 months into this, what I'm telling you to do. How do you feel about taking the bus if it's worst case scenario? He's like, oh, I'm okay with this. It will only take me one bus to get to work. It'll take me a little longer, but it'll take me one bus to get to work. And yeah, it's going to be a little inconvenient, but I could do it for like 5 months to come up with more money. Worst case scenario, if it comes to that. But, so I, and the same thing I said to him, you don't have to take my advice, but this is what I do. So I said, I told him, this is what I do. This is what we do in our household. Every paycheck, we put aside X number amount of money to replace our car and money to repair our car.
Yeah.
So in case something thing. The funny thing is, I told him that and not knowing that I would have to replace my car before he replaced his car.
Yeah.
And
that was an episode.
And the thing is, I replaced my car, not obviously I buy older car or new to me cars. And I replaced my car and we were able to spend half of the money that we have put aside, allocate to replacing our cars because we plan for it.
In the event
if
and when.
Because when it will happen. Because every vehicle needs to replace. It's just when. You're hoping you could get 10, 15 years from a vehicle. Some of them you do, some of them you don't.
Yeah.
But, so then I went back to him and said, hey, look, I'm looking to replace my car. And I had to replace my car before yours. And I didn't even see that coming. And now, like I said, he's driving his car and I replaced my car. But I replaced my car because I put the money down and it wasn't as stressful. Yeah, I wasn't happy to spend the money, but it wasn't a stressful situation because we planned for it.
Yeah.
So this is the whole point that we're trying to kind of guide people to do. Plan for this foreseeable expense because you know all these things is coming. You don't know when it's coming.
Yeah.
So, but you know all these things coming. Same with things like retirement. Like, plan for retirement. Retirement is not I know in our community, I'll say black West Indian people. I'm West Indian.
You are?
She's West Indian background. So, we don't plan for retirement except within 4 or 5 years away from it. And guess what? Then that's too late.
Yeah.
Because we figure, hey, I'm going to work forever.
No.
Or pension.
You're going to get the lottery, which is the pension payments.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the pension payments, as we've noticed with a few people that we know, the pension isn't cracked up to what they thought it was going to be. Because
most people don't talk. The thing what I find, most people don't talk about those things.
They don't share, okay, let's say, tax returns. Everybody, right now it's tax season. So everybody's running all over the place doing their taxes and whatnot. So, why is it everybody shares their tax return? Everyone talks about their what they're getting back. Trust me, you know how much things I heard this week from people?
Things I've seen this week too, yeah.
I'm getting this back.
Or I bought this with my tax refund.
Or I bought this with my tax refund. I'm going on vacation. Or I bought a new handbag. Or I'm getting a new car.
Yeah.
And all these people are doing all these things. But retirement, when people retire, they don't talk about the amount that they get.
Because the thing is, what I've come to realize, most people, they are embarrassed about it because it wasn't what they expected to be. They thought.
Yeah.
So now they're embarrassed to say that this is what they're getting because they choose to ignore the situation in the past, and now they hear there's nothing much they could do about it.
Yeah.
Or they have to work longer, or they have to work till they can't work anymore. And those kind of things. And that's fine if you want to work through retirement, because not everybody, I don't really believe in quote unquote retirement. I believe if you're able to do something, then you can continue. You may move on from what you are doing.
We're not judging.
You may move on from what you are doing, but I don't believe, because I believe retirement is just kind of waiting to be on alive. And I don't really agree. With that. So you find other purpose in other things. But if you take care of the financial part, then you don't have to worry about working to sustain yourself. Working to stay active, to be a productive member of society, to give back, whatever reason. But because you take care of the finance part, now you have that option. And avoiding things like car payment and those things goes a long way in that. Doing things like that. Not paying $30,000, $40,000 for a vehicle that's going down in value like a rock. And those kind of things. So you plan for those things because you need a vehicle for work. You start putting aside X number of money for paycheck for a thing. So that's why getting out of debt and those things is so crucial, because they allow you to do those things. So you not continue the cycle. Like you finish paying the car payment and then the car falls apart and you got to replace the car again. You finish paying the car payment and then the cycle continue over and over.
With another car and another payment.
Yeah. So you plan for all these things so that when the time comes, you have them to fall back on. Same with the retirement. You plan for retirement, but you may not want to retire. Or maybe you still have the strength to work. You still have the ability to work. You like your job.
Yeah.
And those kind of things. So I know we're going to talk about something, but I came and that story came to my mind, and I'm like, I wanted to talk about this, but I forgot to tell you about it earlier. Oh, did I tell you about the next story? That someone reached out to me today about a podcast, and I've been getting all this requests. I got a few requests in the last few weeks for podcasts. So today, this person reached out to me for a podcast interview. So I'm like, oh. So a few people have reached out to me in the past. I've checked out the podcast to make sure to see if I like what the stuff is about. So this person that reached out to me today, I checked the podcast out and I'm like, there's nothing in what we...
It doesn't align.
What we teach.
With what you're doing.
Yeah.
With what you're talking about.
And I'm like...
And like, I've seen podcasts where people talk like, okay, like, I don't know the name of the guys, but it's the one that was talking about that him and his wife go to that place.
Oh.
It's like a sports...
I know that it's a sports podcast.
It's a sports podcast, right? And they bring on, like, the people that come on there are athletes. Mm-hmm. It's all like athletes or like comedians that are gonna come on and talk about like sports and their interests, and because it's a sports podcast with black men, so it's kind of targeted more towards the black community, and those are the guests that come on there. Now, would you bring on a person who is I'm trying to find something that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Like what was her name again? You remember the lady, the Southern lady, and she had the cooking show. Was it Mama Dean or Mama something? Anyways, would you bring Mama Dean on the sports show? Like it just doesn't fit. Or not that Rachel Ray. Would you bring Rachel Ray on a sports podcast? It doesn't really. Okay, we like Rachel Ray. Don't get don't get twisted. We like Rachel Ray, but it just wouldn't fit. It just doesn't make sense.
But I don't know
her on there.
I don't know, because I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but I've been giving some thought, because I'm like, would that expose me to a different kind of audience? Because it's a I don't want to call a person out.
You can't.
It's a different audience than what I post or what I talk about or what I...
and then on top of that, like let's look at it from this angle.
It's a different kind of niche.
You get called onto this niche that you know nothing about and you're not a part of. And you can't act like you're a part of it because you're not.
But the thing is...
Now, what direction is the podcast?
But the thing is, they know...
What they... Of course they know. But, like, my question is, what direction is this podcast going in? Is it a podcast that they're going to talk to you about, like, you're just shooting the breeze and talking about nothing?
So I would give a little
because
hint. So it's more like a music podcast.
Yes, but
it's a different kind of music genre podcast.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how I fit in that.
But okay, like I said, what is it that's gonna? What's the topic, or what are you talking about? Because if you're going on there talking about...
I can't talk about music.
No. But like...
Especially that type of music.
But sometimes what... Like, okay, there was the podcast where... I'm trying to find a clean way to say this. The one with the guy in the States, the DJ. And he brought all the Caribbean people on the platform. I'm not going to say the name. But he had a really interesting show, and it was going on during COVID, and all these people were coming on it. But the thing is that the conversations that were happening on there weren't pleasant. They were talking about a lot of things that were just, you're listening and you're like, what? So my question is, okay, you go on there.
Wait, is that guy so? Yes,
it's still on. It's still on. But you go on there. Are they asking you, like, do you know what they're going to ask you? Are they asking you things that are inappropriate? Is it a panel of, is it one person?
Well,
is it more than one person?
Because I listened to a few episodes to gauge what the thing is about. It's one person that doing the interviewing. And it's not that so far I haven't heard anything that's inappropriate. But
what are they talking about?
Most of it, I listened to 3 episodes, I think, and it's all music. It's all musician. Or songwriters. So I don't know how I play.
Do they think you're a rapper?
But it says on my because they contact me through Instagram, and they email me through Instagram, and it says on my Instagram bio what I talk about.
Did they click on you by mistake?
No, but the person the thing is, the person that emailed me, they did outline a little bit of my bio, so it's like they have an idea. So I'm trying to say how.
Or I'm wondering.
Unless you're trying to branch it to a different audience.
Or was it one of those, like, we're pulling people, and the AI or the whatever it is, it pulled the information, put in the email, blah 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 blah. We're gonna throw it out there. We're gonna see what sticks. We're gonna see what comes back.
Maybe.
I'm not discrediting. I'm not discrediting what our platform is, but it's just that platform has nothing to do with this platform. So I'm just wondering, is it a generated thing where we're going to send out these amount of requests today and see who's going to come back?
But the thing is, to do that, you have to go through someone's profile to get the information to think. Because it was not direct message. No, it was an email.
Right, but what I'm saying is...
So you can't really AI generate that. You got to go and take my email out. Or maybe, the email could be general. Or maybe, the email could be general email.
Maybe there's a department that goes through and does all that.
No, it was somebody. It wasn't the person that hosted the podcast. They said they're the person podcast manager.
No, but I'm saying, right. So I'm saying there's a department that probably is doing that. And maybe we want to reach out to this community and try to bring them in because A, B, and C reason.
I check out the person page to see. Because I'm trying to do research to see if it's something I want to pursue.
Is there any people that look like us?
There was black people. There was a few black interviewers. But the few black interviewers...
You mean that were interviewed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So...
But they were musicians.
But I haven't heard that podcast episode, but it seems like they were musicians. And I just thought it was kind of...
So I don't know what to do with information. So that would be like... a veterinarian reaching out to us for a vet podcast.
Similar.
What are we going to talk about? But the expensive cost of when the animals have to come, and you guys are overcharging people.
But to be fair, everything have a financial component.
Yeah, but that...
I know.
That doesn't.
It does have a financial component. It's a music podcast. So it does have.
But you don't sing.
I don't sing, but I do. But I talk about finance. So
unless you want to start singing.
Even if I want to, I can't. So there's a difference.
There's AI and auto-tune for that now.
Yeah, no.
Look at T-Pain. They have AI and auto-tune.
AI is not that good.
You know, Jennifer Lopez really can't sing. You know that there's things that can make you sound like you can sing, you know. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Then I don't look like J-Lo either. So so even if the auto-tune fix the singing part, I don't know about the looks part. So
oh Lord. Oh boy.
Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. I did not do anything with the information, but I'm gonna save the information. But the other guy I didn't reach out because there's a few people I reached out. I haven't even reached out because I don't know what to do with it. So I'm gonna both in a few cases to see how things go later on. So but I don't know if I should reach out back to them and say thanks for the opportunity, or
maybe we can
circle back later.
Or, yeah, my new thing. My new thing is we'll just circle back to this at a later time.
So okay, is it? Tell me this: is it inappropriate or inappropriate or inappropriate?
Inappropriate or appropriate.
Is it appropriate or inappropriate? Okay, is it appropriate or appropriate or inappropriate to leave it unanswered? On reply? Or should I reply? If I want to preserve the relationship even though there's no relationship.
Have you spoken to this person before? No, I haven't.
Neither one of them. Neither one of those few people.
Then there's not a connection at this time. Because like it's not like the person follows you, likes all your stuff. They comment, you reply back to the comments. Yeah,
we had no interaction before this.
Right. So
in every case so far that reached out to me.
Or if you want to just be pleasant, you could just say, maybe we could circle back to this opportunity at a later date. Because
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, since we trying to grow into the whole podcast / finance niche, is it appropriate to try to respond and be respectful?
Yeah, you could respond and just say, maybe we could circle back to this opportunity in a couple months. Maybe we can revisit this and, let's circle back in a couple months.
Because right now I don't feel.
Because if it just doesn't feel right at the moment, because like, or maybe you need to listen to a few more of the podcasts and see where it goes. But I would reply.
I listened to 4 episodes already.
Was it interesting? You could be honest. No.
Some of it was. I don't want. No, I don't. It's like every other podcast. Some no, that's not true. There's okay. There's podcasts that some appeal to you.
Yeah.
Like you like the podcast, but this episode maybe
there's some episodes that are just stupid.
So it's similar. So it's similar.
That's fine.
So it's similar to that. It's similar to that.
But if it's something that I'm not really interested in, and then I'm kind of forcing myself to listen to it just to kind of.
Yeah. I didn't feel like so it's like, okay, it's not like, okay, if it's a sex podcast, like I would not go on a sex podcast. Mm-hmm. There's those podcasts. There's a genre for everything.
So why they didn't call you for that one?
Why would I want to go on that? Hold on. You'd be okay with me going on that instead of a music podcast?
Hold on.
Answer the question.
Hold on. Aren't the two of us on here?
Answer that question.
Aren't the two of us on here right now?
Yeah.
So wouldn't the two of us be doing the podcast?
They invited me to the podcast.
Oh, you see? Now this is what I've been saying. I said they don't care to see me. They want to see you. So how would that work?
You the one that said that would be interesting.
Oh, I just said it was interesting. I was like,
I wouldn't go. I would not go on that part. That one I would definitely not go on because I don't really see why.
If you want to talk about finances and
well, I could start at OF.
I'm sure there's some people on here who would like to see that. Don't think that I don't know.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. Have we been on here a while now?
So
is there men
fans only?
Fans only?
Yes, there is.
Have you come across?
Are you asking me this question in the public? That is a man fan only?
Yeah. Have you come across men fans only? Yeah. Because I don't think algorithm would send that to me.
No, they have them.
They have them?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
these dirty ones that send you all kind of things down in the DM.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of those.
And then no.
Not from the men, from the women. I'll show you one that I got yesterday.
There's some people that I'm wondering, like, do you not have any shame?
I'll show you one that I got yesterday.
Do you not have any discretion? Some of these people, I put them,
yeah,
their bits, and it's not, I don't know if it's AI generated or if it's actually theirs, but I'm like, and the girls too, there's the girls that send it to me too, and I'm like, hold on.
I get at least.
Hold on, I
get at least, I'm like,
you guys have no behavior.
So
and
Instagram will flag.
So
my Instagram will flag some of your stuff.
If you say something.
But they won't flag that.
But they don't flag that.
I get tons of those in my DM. I got one yesterday. I'm like, oh, was it yesterday today? Whatever. One of these.
I'm like, hold on.
So okay.
I'm like, hold on. How dare you put your meow all up in the camera and take a picture and send it to me? What am I gonna do with that?
So
why do I need to see that?
So my thing is, I want to see if you know anybody who are men thing. I want to know how much money they make because this girl, I'm just saying this girl a few months ago thing.
Are we struggling?
I'm not saying that I want to do it. I'm just saying I want to know how much money they make because this girl a few months ago, she was all over social media saying she made $43 million last year. Was it 43 or $43 million a month?
Doing what? Showing her meow? Okay, on this OF thing now.
I don't know what they do.
On this OF thing now. I'm just wondering, so these people just come on and put their body parts all over camera and people watch? That's what it is? So it's like, is it paid porn?
I have no idea.
Cause since like
hold on. You want me to go do research? What kind of question are you asking me? I don't know.
No, because there's some that I saw, like they show clips, right? You see clips of different things, right? And I'm like, there's this one girl, she just sits on a thong all day playing like like 2K. Is it still 2K? Are we calling it 2K? And the basketball thing. And she sits there and plays that all day. And you're not seeing her face. You're seeing the back of her, and she's sitting on like a stool, and all you're seeing is the thong. And it has like how much K followers. Man. And the girls just playing Xbox. So the same girl I was thinking about, she's like, she made, was it $10 million? I can't remember if it's a year, 1 month, from one of her customer for private messages. $10 million from one customer. I can't remember if it's a year or if it's a month. 10 million. Yeah. And what was she doing? It's private DM. So she didn't. Oh. So it's private messages. Oh. And to be real, I guarantee it's her handlers that's sending a message. Because they're not answering all those messages themselves. Either AI or they have account managers that answer all those messages. $10 million for private message. Yeah. So if you know any men that do those, I would like to follow them to see how much money. I don't know what follow them. Check on the page. You have to subscribe. I'm not subscribing to none of those. Then you're going to see like some of them you're going to see the warm fuzzy stuff. No, but a lot of the girls, they talk about how much they make now openly to obviously to attract more followers, and a lot of them been revealing how much money they make. They do make good money. Based on what they're revealing to make that money. Yeah, they're revealing the dignity. That's what they're revealing. Because after that, they're the same one that going to come online and say there's no good men out there. Yeah. Well, you're putting your meow out there. Yeah. And no good men want that after. Your meow and your coconuts out there so the whole world can see it. And guess what? The internet is forever. So, I don't know. Then you want to turn around and do something productive after. I'm all over the place. This is why you have to keep me online. Yeah, but you started. I don't know how I got down. You took it from coworker A, B, C, D, and then I'm like, all right, this is going somewhere. Then it moved over to OnlyFans. Then it moved back to some podcast person. Then it moved back. Oh, I was talking about the podcast. The person that invited me to the podcast. To something else. And then it went on to you want a fans only. I did not say I want a fans only. I never said that one. And I'm like, are we struggling? That I didn't know. That you want fans only. Hey, it's always new income stream. New income stream. I got a DM one time, and the DM said, "Do you want to start a OnlyFans?" Honestly, I typed back for what? Why? oh, you can make this, and this. And I'm like...
You entertain these things then. That's the sad thing about it.
Some of these people bareface. I'm like, hold on. You see my page. My page is like jokes and all kind of whatever, right? And I do all these skits and things. And I'm like, hold on. Why am I showing my meow on my...
Why do you entertain this conversation?
My aged kitty cat I'm going to put on a screen. What's wrong with these people?
Hey, I saw one with this woman who's in almost 50s. She was a cop. And she quit her job. Because she triple income.
We're doing something wrong?
And she was in her 50s.
We're doing something wrong?
So... not everybody willing to sell a dignity.
I have shame.
Not everybody's willing to sell a dignity. And you shouldn't.
I have shame.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah.
Can I sell pictures of my feet though?
And
like, is that wrong?
we're not that bad off financially.
Hey.
Maybe save that business idea for if we ever become in a bad financial position. We're not there yet.
But
yeah. We'll save that one for next time.
You know that there's people like
for break glass situation. Worst case scenario.
You know that there's so many different things that people do. I'm just flabbergasted.
Let's just say
there are women who send men their underwear and they pay for it.
Let's just say there's a lot of creepy men out there.
And there's men that buy it.
And the sad thing, there's a lot of creepy men out there with a lot of money. Because the money they spend on these things.
I'm like, hold on.
Where do you get this money from?
I'm like, hold on. So I can put my drawers in an envelope and send it to somebody and they'll send me money.
Yeah.
That's not even it. It's not like you just take an underwear out your drawer and put it in an envelope and mail it off. They want you to wear it. I'm like, what? And people pay for that?
I don't know why did I open this.
Bro.
I should have talked about the DraftKings thing where the guy spent $2.5 million gambling in DraftKings. I probably should have bring that up instead of...
No, remember the one that did spend how much thousands on the OnlyFans, and the wife got they got the bill and he was trying to figure out how to clean up the debt before the wife found out, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
so
okay. You don't stop and think that. Hold on, this bill is racking up.
The internet is an addictive place. It is an addictive.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Because a lot of these things, a lot of these things. Once you go down the rabbit hole, especially gambling, I don't know how the fans only thing works. But it's as addictive too. But like especially the gambling thing, once you open that, it's hard to close that back because either two things happen. You win and you get addicted to the feeling of winning, so you want to continue winning, and then by the time you know the spiral out of control. That's one. Or two, you lose and you continue trying to recuperate what you lost, and you keep going deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So those are harder. I don't know how the fans only part plays into the psychology, but I guess that's the whole thing with porn and those kind of things. So I guess that's the same psychology.
Yeah.
With that one, but gambling is one, and it's so easy now with gambling because of all the apps and everything's at the fingertips. You
used to have to go to the casino or to a location. Now you could just like the other day there was like some big jackpot. You remember? There was some big jackpot with like I think pick 3 or something. It was something big, and I didn't get to the store in time to buy the numbers. Right? Then the thing comes up on my phone to remind me that there's the jackpot, the big jackpot, and hurry up and play. But I couldn't get to the store in time. But then I realized, wait a minute, I can just buy the ticket on my phone. And I bought the ticket. I was like, what?
That's how it starts.
It was right. And then you go in and then they're like, oh, do you want to play the slots? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And it's a whole bunch of things, and it's all bells and whistles, and it's all pretty.
Don't gamble.
It's wild.
Don't gamble. It's not a good financial plan. The odds of winning is astronomical.
I know people that have been playing 649 from I was a little girl.
If they had saved all that money and get 10%, if they had saved all that money and get 10% return a year time, which is the S&P 500 been averaging forever, they would have been financially free by now. In 20 years, if you had done that, if you had put that $10, $15 a week or whatever into a good growth stock mutual fund or ETF, you'd have been a lot better financially than the lottery. The lottery is not a not a good game plan. Anyway, let's wrap it up because I just completely...
you just sidetracked the whole chat today.
Maybe we'll talk about the
I had topics, but
okay.
then
Save it. It's okay. Save it.
He just sidetracked with all the other things, and then him want to start OnlyFans.
But you know that's how I am. I'm like a hamster wheel or squirrel. I get distracted very easy, so you know that's what it is. So
hey,
you have to steer me.
I tried.
You have to keep me. You gotta be the.
I tried. Boy.
You gotta be the navigator or the compass in this relationship because
I tried. It went left.
Yeah,
it went left today.
Because I'm always going left. I'm the person that I always can't have to guide back. You know, like the kids when you see the group of kids walking down the road.
And then there's that one child that's walking away from everybody.
I'm that one child.
Or better yet, you know the geese. When the geese are crossing the street, and there's always that one that is still in the bush.
Yeah, that's me.
And then the mom has to go back and get him to come across.
Yeah, that was definitely me as a child. Yeah, that was definitely. I was all over the place. I'm still all over the place.
Okay, and
so you guide.
I was not.
So that's what I'm saying. So
I was the one who got the whooping, so I knew I had to stay in the line.
That's what they say. Opposite attract. You guide.
Lord.
I'm like a shotgun. Lord. You're a sniper.
Lord.
I'm spraying everywhere. Okay.
With the fans only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you guys want to. Let me know if you guys will subscribe to my fans only.
They will. You have a whole bunch of groupies.
Do I actually have groupies?
Yeah, you have groupies.
I don't want to say this. What I was going to say, but no, it's okay. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. But then it's not good for the community. So I have groupies.
You have groupies. I'm going to go and polish my feet now for my foot only page.
You better be. I'm the only subscriber to that page. I better be the only subscriber to that page.
I'm gonna. People are putting their online.
I don't care. People, I
was too old for that.
I'm not married to people.
I can put my foot out.
I'm not married to people.
But it's not my face. It's my foot.
I don't care. Go Photoshop some foot online and put up there. Anyway, holla people. We gotta.